everybody, how are you? So before I even say anything, I have to tell you something. So I bring you greetings from California. I'm here working for a couple of weeks and looking for a place to live in my move next month. So I am in the hotel right now, as I'm sure you can tell, but usually at home when I do the Walking Week videos, I have a stand. I use my iPhone to shoot the video. So at home I have a stand that I put the video on to shoot it, but I don't have it here. So I had to try to make a way to allow the phone to stand. So the phone is currently sitting on 2 stacks of paper plates, upside down ice bucket, 2 books, and a bunch of bananas. Like the bananas are spread out to grip the phone so it doesn't fall. Talk about God allowing a way to be made out of no way. Who would have thought that these bananas that I purchased for my health could have also been used for the Walking Week videos? I think it's hilarious to sit here and watch these bananas gripping the phone, and the phone is not moving. It seems pretty sturdy. Well, hopefully during the video it doesn't topple over, but if you see anything, you know what happened. But I think it's amazing just to see how God can truly make a way out of no way. So that is actually pretty encouraging. Yeah, so happy Walking Week Wednesday. We're at week number 8. So I always like to say the week numbers that we're at because it just shows the progress and the consistency. And I think in my own perspective for myself that I think progress is the best form of motivation. So as I see that I'm consistent and then that each week is another time that I was able to show up, it just encourages me to want to come and do it again. So good stuff. So this week, so just a little bit about life and what has been going on. So I did celebrate a birthday this past weekend. I'm 34 years old now, so that's good stuff. I wish I had my applause button, but I don't have that either. Really unprepared. But so that's exciting. And I feel like in this new year of life, it's teaching me to allow myself to be put, and this is only the first week of this new year of life, but this is what God is showing me so far. I feel like God is teaching me to allow myself to be put into situations that challenge me. You know, so it's really easy to want to sit back and always be comfortable. It's really easy, but it's also really boring. And I don't really believe that's the life that God has called me or any of us to live. But He's always wanting us to put ourselves in situations where it calls for us to be challenged and to have to persevere and to rely on Him to show the things that He is capable of doing and wants to do in our lives. And so this year for my birthday, so this is my 2nd year in doing this, I started a tradition where for my birthday, I like to set a goal on things that truly challenge me. So last year I set the goal where in the beginning of the year, it gave me 4 months to train where I wanted to run a half marathon. And at that time when I set the goal, I was only able to run about 2 miles. So it definitely was something that was out of my comfort zone. And I completed the race. It was great. Definitely a learning experience. It taught me so much about myself that if I push myself, it just taught me that pushing myself physically and seeing that I'm able to do whatever I put my mind to really translated into so many other areas of my life on how I can push myself. And then this year, so the half marathon kind of was a one-time goal. It was great, but I really don't aspire to do that again. So this year, I do run every now and then, but I've totally fallen off. So this year I said I was going to do a 6-mile race. Totally unprepared, didn't train for it. So I'm running. I said I'm just going to show up at the race and do it on the day of my birthday because I have to challenge myself in some way because I always want to put myself in a position that allows me to be out of my comfort zone just so I can grow more and see the things that I'm truly capable of doing and see also how God wants to show up in my life. So this year I did the 6-mile race. It was the ugliest race I've probably ever done in my life. I was exhausted most of the time, but I finished it. My time was actually better than I expected, and it turned out that it turned out way better than I thought it was going to be. So in just thinking about that, I was just thinking about all the other areas in my life where maybe I don't feel prepared or I haven't been walking in, that maybe if I just put myself out there and challenge myself to do it, how it will actually turn out better than I think. But most importantly, it just allows, and I always say this, allows a chance for God to show up. You know, I feel like a lot of times we don't see our full potential because we don't put ourselves in a place to be challenged. And it gets scary when you're out there and you're in a place that's uncomfortable. But I believe that it's required to grow. And I don't really think that we understand how big God really is, because we really don't allow God's bigness to be shown, or we don't give him the opportunity to show how great he really is, because we don't put ourselves in positions that require God. So I just feel that I just feel like God is requiring me in this year to just walk into places that are challenging and that are uncomfortable, so that he can move in the way that he sees fit, and that he can show up and his glory can be shown. And also it shows the true potential that I really have, and not to just rely on where I am, because I believe that we all have so much more that we're able to do if we just allow ourselves to go into the next step or try something that may be difficult. I just remember in James 1, I believe it was 4, where it just talks about perseverance, and persevering through these challenging moments is what makes us mature and complete. So the only way that we can truly be conformed into the image of Christ is by relying on God, and having to rely on God is by putting ourselves in these challenging places. So that's just some things that I've really been thinking about, and I'm trying to figure out what areas of my life do I need to step it up so that I can challenge myself more to grow, so I'm not sitting idle, not always sitting comfortable, and that I'm not just not allowing God to be God. So in Walking Week, what I would like to do in my weekly videos is try to find a way to make the things that God is showing me practical in my life. Set small goals. I'm a goal-oriented person, so I like to set a goal, so this way it helps me. Again, progress is my main form of motivation, so it shows me progress so I can be motivated to continue to walk in the things that God is showing me. So I'm like, okay, well, what areas am I challenging myself right now? So physically, I challenge myself, of course, with the running. I feel also this move to California has been a great challenge on my faith, on just not being comfortable, moving out of my comfort zone and all the way across the country into something that's totally unfamiliar for me. And just knowing and believing that God never leaves me. And though I don't know many people here, I don't have any friends or family, just knowing that God is truly my sustainer and my provider, my father and my guide, my helper, my friend in all of this. So that's definitely a challenging area in my life. And also, one goal that I want to step up in as far as challenging myself is with the Walking Week videos. So in the beginning of Walking Week Wednesdays, my goal was to just do a video every week. And I think now that we're on week 8, I've been pretty consistent with that. I've become more comfortable. But in all honesty, with myself and with God, I haven't really taken the full leap of faith, because I don't tell anybody about the videos. I tell a few of my trustworthy close friends, and I have them watch. But I don't really put it out there, because that's uncomfortable for me. To have somebody watch my journey and then able to criticize my journey is very uncomfortable for me. So I do believe that it may have been a 2-step level of faith, where before it was being comfortable with doing the videos, now it's actually being comfortable and trusting God and putting myself out there for people to see. So I am going to challenge myself and allow God to move however he sees fit to do this. So I'm going to begin putting a plan in place on how I'm going to begin telling people about the Walking Week videos. So I will keep you all posted on that. I'm very nervous. Definitely an uncomfortable place. Kind of just thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. But I'm definitely going to push forward and just believe God and what he's going to do in it, and how he's going to grow me just to become more confident in him and in the places that he has me and the things that he has already instilled in me. I do believe that, I say this lately, I've been feeling like because I've been challenging myself and seeing that I have more potential than I thought, and also seeing that God is truly involved in every area of my life, I find that I am pretty amazing, if I might say so myself, not in a prideful kind of way, but just in a way of saying, maybe I'm not as low on the totem pole of my life as I thought that I am, but I really am pretty amazing. And I kind of want other people to see for themselves that they too are pretty amazing. And so I'm going to put myself out there eventually. I'm going to put a plan in place. I didn't say I'm going to start it yet. I'm going to put a plan in place. Remember, let's challenge ourselves, because if it challenges us, it grows us. And also, if it challenges us, it allows God's glory and His ability to be seen. So let's put ourselves in places that challenges us. Let's just see the amazing potential that's already inside of us, because we have Christ that lives in us. So let's put that to the test, put our potential to the test, and just see how amazing we truly are. So happy Walking Week Wednesday, week 8, and I look forward to updating you all on what's going on throughout this past week that I'm going to be here in California, how the journey is going with the finding an apartment, and I'll talk to you guys next week. All right, see you later. Bye.